Okay, so now that you've got a little background on the library catalog, I'm going to go through and show you some examples of actually searching the library catalog before you go ahead and do it on your own. So anywhere from the Southeastern website, from the home page, or if you happen to be on another page, you can always just click this little library icon to get to us. And here we are, www.selu.edu/library, the library homepage, and you should be a little bit familiar with this because this is where you started for your assignment 1. Okay, there are two ways to get to the library catalog. One is to just simply type in a search here from this library catalog box, and you can keep it words or phrase, which means keyword search, or specify that you want to search by author or title or a number of other things. Or you can click on this little library catalog link and it'll bring you to the catalog itself. You see it kind of looks a little bit different. So this is the library catalog, and I'm going to start here. So I'm going to start using a Boolean operator search phrase, nursing and maternity. So I know I'm looking for both of those terms, and it's the one keyword, which is what we want, and words or phrase, that's good too. Alright, I press search, and so this is what's called the results page. Okay, let's look at some of the stuff we've got on this page. Up here, this is reminding me exactly what I searched. Words or phrase, so keyword, nursing and maternity, and it says that it found 111 things in the catalog that contain the words nursing and maternity in the record. And I say things because they might not all be books. Okay, so let's move over to the right hand side over here. So it says try these too. What are these? These are subject terms. If you remember, in the last unit we talked about controlled vocabulary, and so this is the catalog giving me some options. If I don't like the results that I've gotten in these 111, it's saying some of these may work. So yeah, I see this one says maternity nursing. That might be a good one. I know that if I click on maternity nursing, then I'm going to get every single thing that is in this catalog that is about maternity nursing. And so that might be a good way to go if I'm not getting exactly what I want from my results. Okay, so let's look at these results. Number 1 says Contemporary Maternal Newborn Nursing Care, 6th edition. So it gives me the title first, and then below that is the author. Below that is the call number, and you'll notice that it is in the Library of Congress classification. And then the last bit tells me exactly where this is available. So you'll see that this is available on the 4th floor stacks of the Sims Memorial Library. And I know that a lot of you are in places and, in both geographically and life-wise, where you just can't come to the library. And it's still important to learn about the catalog and physical items in the library, because you may find that you want to try to search for actual physical items in a library near you. And if you learn how to search our catalog, then you should find it pretty easy to search other places' catalogs, because you're going to find very similar information and very similar searching in almost every catalog itself. So I know that because this has Library of Congress classification, this is going to be a book. It's in the stacks, so it's not a reference book, it's a stacks book. Okay, so if I decide that this book looks interesting, but I want to know a little bit more about it, I'm going to click on the title, and this brings me to the catalog record, and this will look a little bit familiar because these are the things that I've been using in the PowerPoint as examples and screenshots. So this is kind of the exact same thing. Okay, so here I get a little bit more information. I still have the title and the author, but I also get the publisher, how many pages it is, and more specific information about the location. Now this is really important. if you click on catalog record here, sometimes people get a little bit confused because this kind of seems a little bit hidden. You'll get a lot more information on the item itself. So here's what you get, and it varies according to the items, but this says that there's a CD-ROM included. It gives some added authors, and then it gives the contents for the actual book. So these are the chapters and content. So really I can get a lot of information from this and know before I go and look at the book whether I'm going to use it or not. So I want to go back to my search. So I'm going to click this go back. Don't click the back in your browser. Click go back because the catalog doesn't really like the browser thing. Okay, so this second one is really important. It's especially important for those of you who can't come to a library. So a lot of our nursing books are ebooks. So that means that you can actually get to them from the internet through the catalog here. And the reason I know that this one is an ebook is a couple of reasons. First of all, it says electronic resource after the title. And then here, instead of having a call number, it says see electronic address. So I know that if it doesn't have a call number, you don't have to find it on a shelf, because a call number is all about actually being able to locate something. So if it doesn't need one, it must be online. And the way to get to an ebook is through this tiny little button here that says URL. So what you do is click on URL. And then it pops up in this PDF. Now most of the ebooks are not going to be in PDF format. They're going to be through NetLibrary, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But this is a good example of one that's easy to get to, and you can just save this on your computer by clicking on this little save button, and then you'll have it for whenever you want to go back and read it. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. Okay, so here's one, Clinical Practice Guidelines for Midwifery and Women's Health. Click on URL. And this is going to be typical of our ebooks. We get our ebooks from a company called NetLibrary, and you see NetLibrary right here. And so when you click on the little URL, this new window opens up and it gives you more details about the book that you want to look at. Now, one of the strange things about ebooks is that this company, NetLibrary, treats them just like regular books. So if I'm looking at this right now and someone else on another computer, wherever they are, wants to look at this ebook, they probably will not be able to, because they treat these just like they're regular books. Just like you can only one person can check out a book at a time, only one person can view an ebook at a time. So that's one of those kind of strange things. So if you ever go to click on an ebook and it says it's not available, it's probably because someone else is looking at it. So just wait a few minutes and try again. In the same vein, if you're looking at an ebook and you're done with it, make sure you close it out, so if somebody else wants to look at it, they won't be barred. Okay, so we'll go to view this ebook. And over here on the left, it gives me an easy way to navigate through the book. So if you don't want to have to read the entire book, you just want the chapter on the care for the mother and the child once they've given birth, you can click on the little plus sign and it opens up and tells you about all kinds of things that you can look at. So postpartum care week 1, click on that and you can see what we've got here looks exactly like a page from a book, because it is a page from a book. It's just a book that's online. Okay, I'm going to close that out. And I'm going to go back down here. Now you'll notice if you look at number 18, this is a book, but the location is the Baton Rouge Nursing Library, and a lot of our books are kind of split between the Sims Memorial Library and the Baton Rouge Nursing Library, so that's a really important distinction to make. So when I scroll down, you'll notice a lot of that stuff. Okay, so here's one that's a little bit different, number 28. So this says RCM Midwives. And if you look, it says it's an electronic address, so at first you might think it's an ebook, but when you look at the actual where it's available, it says Electronic Journals A to Z Online. So this is actually a journal, so it wouldn't be something that you would just want to browse. Okay, so say you don't want to have to, you're at home, you're not coming to the library, you don't care about all these books that you'd actually have to come here to get, or you live somewhere else and so it's not even a possibility. How do you make sure that you don't have to go through all of these things? Well, one thing you can do is to limit by format. So I clicked on, I'll do that again, from the, see this thing that says format here. From this drop down menu, I can choose electronic book. And when I press search, it's going to still search for nursing and maternity, but now it's only going to look for ebooks. And it says it found 6 titles. So these, all 6 of these are books that you can get right here online. So you can just click on that URL and get to them. However, electronic books are not the only thing that you can get online. What you might want to do is click on electronic resource, and we'll see the difference here between electronic book and an electronic resource. So this is just one little book. Well, I guess we just got one electronic resource. Electronic resource is different from electronic books. You'll notice that this is a government website, so it says government document, non-circulating, and the way to get to that is just to click on this. And you'll notice this is the PDF that we found earlier. Okay, so I'm going to go back. That is a little bit of an introduction to actually searching the library. If you have any questions about this specifically, I'm going to, you can ask them in the discussion board. Your assignment 2 is going to be all about searching for your topic in the library catalog. Give yourself some time to try out keywords and practice. If you don't find something, you may want to rethink the specificity of your topic, because a lot of you have chosen really distinct and narrow topics, which is great. It's perfect. But when you're looking for books, sometimes you have to broaden that topic a little bit. And so what you may think about doing is looking for topics that are slightly more broad than the ones that you've chosen, and then once we get to searching the databases, you'll be able to search using your very specific topics, because you'll be looking for articles, and articles tend to be more specific. If you have any questions about that, feel free to ask, and good luck searching the catalog.